Have you ever been telling a story and realized you needed a way to talk about something that was already happening before something else happened? You've probably run into this. Well, today we're going to solve that exact problem. We're breaking down the past perfect continuous tense. I know it sounds complicated, but trust me, it's actually a super useful and simple tool for telling richer stories about the past. So here's our game plan. It's really straightforward. First, we'll figure out what this tense actually is. Then, I'll show you the simple formula to build it. We'll look at when to use it, how to avoid a really common mistake, and then, of course, we'll test what you've learned. Let's dive in. So, seriously, think about it. What were you doing right before the phone rang? Answering that question perfectly needs a specific grammar tool. You need a way to talk about an action that was going on in the past right up until something else happened. Let's look at the tense that was built for exactly that. And that tool is the past perfect continuous. Let's break down what that fancy name really means and see exactly how it works. Okay, the official definition can sound a little academic, right? But the main idea is actually really simple. It's all about connecting two events in the past. Just picture one action as a movie playing in the background, and it kept playing right up until a second shorter thing happened. And here's the magic formula that makes it all work. Had been plus a verb ending in ing. This is the key. If you can lock this little structure into your brain, you've pretty much got the core of this tense down. It's the recipe for adding all that extra detail to your stories. Now let's see how that little formula actually builds out into real sentences. It's a super simple recipe, and once you see the pattern, you're going to start seeing it everywhere. The best part is how flexible the structure is. For a regular positive statement, you just follow the formula. To make it negative, you just pop not in there to make hadn't. And if you want to ask a question, you just flip had to the front of the sentence. See? It's the same simple pattern every single time. Here it is in a full sentence. This is a perfect example. Notice the two main parts. First, you've got that background action that was going on for a while. I had been studying. Then you have the second action that happened. She arrived. The past perfect continuous is like the glue holding those two ideas together. Okay, so we know what it is, and we know how to build it. Now for the most important part. When should you actually use this thing? Well, there are two main situations where it's absolutely perfect. First up, we've got the interrupted action. So imagine a long continuous activity, like traveling all day. That's your background scene. Then a second event happens that marks a specific moment. In this case, reaching Paris. The traveling was happening right up until that point. The second key use is all about showing cause and effect. It's the perfect way to answer the question, why? Why was she tired? Well, the answer is all about how long that previous action was going on, because she had been working all morning.